Welcome to another episode of Pet Pals. I'm Bethany Davidson, the Humane Educator here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. We are going to start out with introducing you to one of our senior animals and also one of our returning guests. Here with Tammy is our pit bull mix, Rocky. He is a 9 to 10-year-old brindle pit bull mix, and even though he's a senior, he doesn't seem to know that. He's very active, he's full of energy, and he also has the manners of a puppy. He may be a seasoned dog, but even in his basic manners, he's still going to need some training. He can be a little nippy, a little grabby, so he just needs to learn what's appropriate as far as, what to put his mouth on and not to jump up on people and things like that. But he's a smart dog, he's a sweet dog, he understands what a treat is, so it's pretty easy to work with a treat-motivated dog as far as doing those basic manners training things. One thing you will notice about him is that he is a drool monster. He has those big jowls, and he will slime you quite frequently. So that's why Tammy has a towel today, just so she can kind of keep up with that. So if you're really concerned about your furniture and your clothes and things like that, then Rocky might not be the best dog for you. All that stuff washes out, of course, but you might get slimed right before you're going out, and you might get slimed in your best dress, your best suit. That's just all a possibility with this guy. He is recommended because of those traits that we talked about, the being a little nippy and grabby. We're recommending that he go to a home with older children. We're saying 13 and up. Now, it is kind of a case-by-case basis. It's not a hard and fast rule, but we do want people to consider, is this dog, or any dog, cat, pet in general, is their behavior acceptable, and does it mesh well with the behavior of your children? So there's a lot of things to consider when adding a pet to your home. He did have an ear infection, he's had a skin infection that's resolving, he had an upper respiratory infection which is resolving, but he's all healthy now, and he's back on the adoption floor looking for a forever home. If you're interested in giving this guy a home to spend his retirement years in, please visit him here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. Dog that we have for you today is Angel. She is a returning guest, but she's still in need of a forever home, so we're going to spotlight her one more time. People often ask, do you have favorite dogs? And they think that people will say, no, we don't have favorite animals here at the shelter. Totally not true. We all do, and Angel is definitely my favorite dog. She is a big girl, but she has lost about 20 pounds since she's been with us. Last weigh-in, she was about 97 pounds. She started in at about 114. So she's steadily and at the correct pace for her losing weight. She should be a 70 to 80 pound dog. So she has come quite a long way, and a lot of people get cranky on their diets, but Angel's not feeling too upset about it. In fact, each time she loses a little bit of weight, she becomes more herself. She has a very big personality, and now that she's lost 20 pounds, she's feeling a lot better, so she's more active. She's just showing her truest version of herself, and her personality is one that's very playful, very affectionate. She bonds very quickly to people. I went away for about a week, and when I came back, she was so excited to see me, probably more excited than some humans that I know. She was dancing and jumping up, and you could see the big smile on her face, and the tail was going, and the whole body wiggle. She just really bonds to people. And she does have some medical issues. As a 5-year-old dog, she is a senior dog. So, and because of her weight, she does have some arthritis. She has some issues with her joints. So all things that you might want to take into consideration. You really want to make sure you read through the medical profile thoroughly before taking on any dog, but you really want to make sure you're prepared for things that she might need down the line. She loves to cuddle. She wants to be like right in your face because she definitely loves people. She does enjoy going out and walking and being outside, but because of, again, her arthritis and her joints, you want to limit those walks a little bit. You could always talk to your vet later once you got her home and made her part of your family to decide, you know, how to increase her exercise. I have seen her play with toys, but mostly she just wants to be with you, be a companion, and that's what she's best at. She is a little bossy, which is a bulldog trait, and she's a little bit of a diva, but that's what makes her so special. If you are interested in making Angel part of your home, you want to visit with her first. You can do that here at 1832 Rosemont Avenue. This big guy is Marley, and he is an example of why, if you're interested in a dog, you should never kind of give up. Just keep checking back with us, because Marley was recently scheduled for an adoption, and for whatever reason his application and his adoption fell off, so now he's available again and he's looking for a new family. So just keep looking back, checking in, especially, you know, if you're interested and you think, oh, they're adopted, keep checking back in, but also because you never know that a better dog for your family might come along, and you won't know unless you're continually looking and checking in with us to see what's available. Marley is a big dog. He has lost a little weight since he's been with us. He is still weighing in at around 70 pounds. So keeping in mind that he is a large dog and he's very, very strong. If you're not comfortable with the strength and the size of Marley, he is not going to be a good match for you, because he pulls and he's still learning at a year old, you know, polite leash walking and loose leash walking and all of those things. He is a black-mouthed cur, and he is fawn and black, and again, he's a year old. He did come to us as a stray, so we've named him Marley, and you can obviously name him whatever you think would be the best fit for him. In our behavior assessment of Marley, we found that even though he's a big guy, he is frightened of things. He was actually afraid of the artificial hand that we use when we test for food aggression. So he's not food aggressive. He doesn't keep his kennel clean though, so he needs work on house training, which is very, very important. He's very friendly. He's very excited when, you know, you're approaching the kennel. He is good with his interactions with other dogs. He play bows, he gets excited, he barks, he jumps up on things, but he is, again, difficult to obtain because he gets so jumpy and excited, and he, at a year old, is still basically a very large puppy. He's difficult to walk because he pulls, he jumps on things, he jumps on the walls, he jumps on people, and he's, again, very, very strong. If you are interested in Marley, the first step is going to be to come in and visit with him. You can do that here at 1832 Rosemont Avenue. Our visitation hours for open kennel hours are going to be Monday, Tuesday, and Friday from 10 to 5, Wednesday and Thursday from 12 to 8, and Saturday from 10 to 4. Our last dog today is Pacman, and he's one of the younger dogs on the adoption floor. He's about 10 to 11 months old, and he did come to us as a stray. One of the things that you'll notice when you're looking at him is that he does have some hair loss. He came in with some skin issues, which we have been working to resolve, and now he is well enough to go on our adoption floor, which happened on the 6th of February, so he's ready to find a new forever home. As again a young dog, he still needs a lot of work on his manners. We will make sure that Mr. Pacman gets neutered before he heads off to his forever home, making sure that he's up to date on all of his vaccines, all of his preventatives. He has been tested for heartworm, Lyme disease, anaplasma, and Ehrlichia, which is just part of our basic practice here. All the dogs get tested for that. He did test negative. He is, again, one of the smaller pit bull mixes we have on the floor at just about 46 pounds is what he weighs. Now, he might get a little larger, and he, again, might fill out a little bit more, but all in all, his size is going to stay pretty consistent there. As a stray, we're just getting to know Mr. Pacman here. So one of the things that we have noticed is that he's not a huge fan of going back into his kennel, and he has a lot of energy. When our vet techs were assessing him, they made a note that says he has so much energy, he would be a great running partner for someone, but he also loves to smell everything, so he's easily distracted with his desire to smell everything, and he loves to play tug. So because of his love for toys, he sometimes doesn't want to give things up. He's too distracted by all the smells of the other dogs today to really care about the toys, but he does know how to trade. So if you were going to make Pacman here part of your family, learning the proper way to trade with a dog would be very beneficial. You can trade one toy for another toy. You can trade something he's not supposed to be chewing on, for example, a shoe or something, or game controller, any of those things, for another toy or a treats. So you can go back and forth. It's all about the value to him. So finding something of equal or greater value to help him trade and give up the object you don't want him to have. But there are better ways to do that than others, just because you don't want him to be, accidentally go after your hand or anything like that. So making sure you're learning the appropriate way to do that. Pacman does have, a ton of energy, so you're seeing him, at his most energetic right now. So making sure that you're prepared for this, because he is still very young, so he will likely be as active and energetic as he is now for quite some time. We have 5 guinea pigs that are available for adoption right now, and Moo Moo, named obviously for his color pattern, is one of those 5. So we have 3 individual guinea pigs: Moo Moo, another black and white named Panda, who is our most recent addition, a tan and white named Pancake, and then we have 2 that are housed together, Snickers and Zipper. They could be adopted together or they could be adopted separately, but they did come in together, so we have continued to house them together. When you're thinking about taking guinea pigs home, it's important to understand that they are social creatures and they do enjoy having a companion. They like to have a friend, because they're prey animals, and the saying safety in numbers is true, so that's part of why they enjoy having a guinea pig friend to hang out with. When you're thinking about putting 2 and 2 together, you want to make sure that you're always doing the same gender, so otherwise you'll have tons of little guinea pigs. And you want to make sure that you don't just toss them together. You need to slowly introduce them, putting them in separate cages but that are close to one another, having them interact for short periods of playtime, and then once they are comfortable with each other, then you can start housing them together. But it is a process. You want to make sure you're doing some research about that, making sure that everything is going to go well. Moo Moo here has been with us since about the 19th of January, and he's 2.5 years old. He was surrendered because his owner was doing too much traveling and was just unable to properly care for him. But you can tell that he's been very well socialized. He's very easy to handle. He's easy to get out of his cage. He likes the attention that he receives. He is one of our director's favorite animals right now. You can often find her walking around with Moo Moo, cuddling with him, visiting with him. So he's a good guinea pig if you've maybe never had one before, because he is so easy to handle and interact with. He likes to cuddle. He squeals and squeaks for his food. So he's just a really good starter guinea pig. If you're looking to find information about guinea pigs, there are lots of resources online. We often refer people to the Small Angels website. They handle all types of small animals like hamsters, guinea pigs, rats, mice, any type of rodent. So they have good care instructions and care sheets on there. The pet stores often have like Petco and PetSmart, because they sell them. They often have care sheets there as well. Well, that's a look at one of our guinea pigs and a few of our adoptable dogs. If you are a cat person, stay tuned. After the break, we'll introduce you to 5 of those.
Hi there! I'd like to tell you about a great opportunity for homeschool families right here at Fountain Rock Park. Our staff is dedicated to the idea of presenting science and nature concepts to all children, and with this in mind, we've developed an all-new series of homeschool classes. Subjects include animals, trees, geology, weather, and more. At Fountain Rock, the emphasis is on active, engaged learning. Our hour-and-a-half programs contain equal parts of class time, hands-on time, and outdoor exploration. For more information, check out Recreator.com or feel free to call us.
Welcome back. Our first cat is Maxine, and she is a beautiful dilute tortie. And torties are known to have what's called tortitude. They're a little sassy, and she's exhibiting just a smidge of that sassiness. Not too bad. When I was getting her out of the cage, one of the kennel techs told me, "Oh, she's so sweet." And she is very, very sweet, but she can be a little, she can let you know when she's done, not too much. But she's a very kind of active girl. She wants to get down and explore and kind of hang out and do her own thing when that's the mood that she's in. Maxine is about 3 to 4 years old. She's a domestic short hair. In addition to how beautiful she is, one of the first things that you're going to notice about her is that she has a little bit of an interesting eye. Her right eye is a little sunken in. And so our vet took a look at that and has some notes about that. So right now, they're saying that she might have a cataract in that right eye. The reason it could be like that is possibly old trauma, something called Horner's syndrome. She does seem to have a little bit of entropion in her lower eyelid on that eye, which is where the eyelashes kind of grow in reverse and kind of go into the eye a little bit. But at this time, none of those things need to be repaired on her. There's no obvious tumors associated with it. It's not painful for her. They recommend having her intraocular pressure checked on that eye, but no treatment at this time for that. So even though it seems like there might be something wrong with her right now, everything seems to be okay, and it's just something that adds to her character, makes her a little bit more unique, and helps her to stand out with a lot of adult cats on the adoption floor right now. She is, again, based on her color coding, very active. She's not trying to scratch her way out of Tammy's grasp there, but she's definitely letting us know that she wants to get down and explore. She's full of life at just 3 to 4 years old. So she's going to make a great addition to any household. If you're looking for a cat with a big personality, then maybe Maxine is going to be the right fit for you. This little girl has the best name. Her name is Sunrise, and I think it suits her quite nicely. She is one of our yellow color coded cats, which means she's a little on the shy side. She came in with several other animals that were owned, but they were unnamed and things like that. So we went ahead and named all of those guys, and we're in the process of finding them new forever homes. Some of them, Einstein, has already found his new home, so hopefully Sunrise and Regina and Emmy and all the others will be on their way to new homes soon as well. Sunrise is domestic medium hair, which means she's going to require a little bit more grooming assistance than maybe a short-haired cat, just because those things can get matted and that can be very painful. So you want to make sure that you're just brushing her out a little bit more frequently, keeping an eye on those types of things. The gloves that are the brushes now are a great thing because some cats are afraid of the brushes. They don't like those, so it feels more like you're just petting them and you're still getting all of that work done. That can also help with hairballs as well when you're picking out all the stray hairs instead of them licking them off during grooming. then they're not going to ingest them and have that hairball problem. Sunrise is an orange tabby, that's just a thing that many people love about cats. They look for that, and so she is available on the adoption floor. It is more common for orange tabby cats to be male, so the fact that she is a female orange tabby is kind of a special thing. She has already been spayed. We've already given her all of her vaccines. She's had all of her preventatives as far as dewormer and flea and tick preventative. All she needs now is a new family. If you have the patience and the time to devote to the beautiful Sunrise, then you can visit her here at Animal Control. Our visiting hours are going to be Monday, Tuesday, and Friday from 10 to 5, Wednesday and Thursday from 12 to 8, and Saturday from 10 to 4. This little girl is Stevie. She is about 10 months old, and she was adopted about 4 months ago, and now she's back here with us. Previously, she was named Fidget, and I love the name Fidget, so she'll always be Fidget to me. She is a domestic short-hair brown tabby. She is ear-tipped, which just means that she was spayed. Some vets, even if they're not an outdoor cat or a feral cat, they'll go ahead and do that ear tip just so that people can always identify a cat that's been altered. Stevie was brought back to us after her owner tried, several things to get the situation to work, and it just wasn't working in their household. So let's start off with all the great things about Stevie. Stevie, if you're looking for a cat that's going to be with you 24/7 and want to play with you, cuddle with you, and just doesn't want to be separated from you, then Stevie is going to be an excellent choice for that. She is very outgoing. She's very friendly. She's content and happy to sit on a lap. She's content and happy to be held, but she's also very playful. She can play by herself. She can play with a person. She's going to snuggle with you in your bed at night. She's going to do all of those things. But Stevie also has a medical condition. She can develop urine crystals, and because of that, she needs to be on a special diet. If she's not on a correct diet, then different proteins and things can build up, and she can develop those crystals that are very painful for her when she has to go to the bathroom. Also developing things like a urinary tract infection, all things that she had. Her previous owner did work with Stevie and the vet to kind of get those things under control, and she was doing better, and she's on the mend from her UTI and things. However, even though she's doing better, she was still having some issues in this home where she was not using her litter box all the time. She would use her litter box to go to the bathroom, but then she would also kind of pee in other areas of the house. And when you're a renter and you have roommates, even though you love your pet, sometimes, having a place to live kind of unfortunately means that you have to get rid of your pet. So Fidget/Stevie is now here with us. We have been tracking all of her litter box habits, and she is using her litter box here every day. No accidents. So, she's, finishing up all of her treatments, being switched to a different food, and she's using her litter box. So if you think that you have a great house for Stevie, where you're going to provide her with all the attention that she clearly craves and wants, making sure that she has plenty of room to roam around and play, that she's not isolated, then stop in and visit with her. She is amazing. She's super sweet. She's, she's loving her life right now. This is Lily, and she is one of our senior cats. She's 9 years old, and she is also a big girl. I don't know if you can see all of Lily, but there is a lot of her. She weighs 15 pounds, 8 ounces. She's not the largest cat on the floor. That's Wampus, weighing in at about 18 pounds. But for her frame, she's quite large. I know, I'm sorry, I'm talking about you. So she could stand to lose a little weight just to get her nice and healthy. Because as a senior cat, we want to make sure that she still has a long life ahead of her. And getting her to a good weight is going to be the best way to do that. Our vet has recommended that she lose approximately 3 pounds. That's going to help her do a lot of things. It's going to make her feel better. It's going to make her more active. It's going to help her groom herself better. Right now, because she's so large, she has trouble reaching certain places on her body. So she has like the dry skin, the oily, greasy fur. She's got some mats on there. So, that's going to help a lot of things just in her general appearance and her overall well-being. That being said, making sure she doesn't have access to food all the time, limiting her meals, making sure she's not getting tons of treats, trying to get her to exercise, laser pointer, string toys, those types of things, all under your vet's supervision. You don't want her to lose weight too quickly. That could be dangerous as well. And then helping with her grooming, making sure you're brushing her, helping with those mats. She might need maybe a professional groomer to go through and kind of get her cleaned up and started fresh, and then you can maintain it after that. But she's very, very sweet. She was brought to us because apparently she was fighting with other cats in the home. They were all male cats. I don't know whether they were neutered or not or what the deal was. All we have is that she was fighting with the other cats. We do not have any kind of restrictions on the type of household that she could go to, but keeping that in mind that she was fighting with male cats in the house, or maybe they were fighting with her, who knows, when you're thinking about adding her to an existing pet home. The people who brought her in did say that she's used to living with children, men and women. She's okay with strangers. She's friendly. She's calm. They're able to handle her. She's independent. She is a lap cat. She seemed quite content to go on Tammy's lap after an initial fight with coming out of the cat carrier. And that goes to the fact that she's shy. She's been brought to a new place, so the confines of that carrier are a safe place for her. Because Lily is 9 years old, she would be going home for a discount. So she'll be, instead of our normal $97.50 adoption fee, this wonderful senior cat will go home for $77.50. Our last cat today is Luna, and Luna has been with us since Christmas Eve, and now she's out on the adoption floor. She's looking to find a new family. She has had an upper respiratory infection, which took about 2 weeks to clear up, so she lost a little bit of time in her search, but now that she's well, she's back on the adoption floor. She is color-coded purple, which means that she can have a few behavioral quirks. And what we've noticed is that she was initially very, very shy, and she also doesn't like to have her belly rubbed. But once you're willing to give her attention, she really comes alive. She purrs and she meows and she rolls around, and she got quite comfortable, pretty quickly here on Tammy's lap, and is just, doing her thing. She's not trying to get away. She's looking around, but she's just a sweet, cute little girl. She's about 8 to 10 months old, Miss Luna, and she's 5 pounds, 13 ounces, so she's probably going to stay a little bit of a petite girl, have that kitten face forever, and sometimes people like that adorable little face, and she's going to maintain that. She does have a little notch in her ear. We're not sure what that's from. It could be an old wound or something. It just adds, again, a little bit of character to her overall look. She's a beautiful brown tabby. She's got very soft fur. I just can't say enough good things about her. But because she is a purple card, you do want to, she might do better in a home where someone is cat savvy. She might not be the best fit for a first-time cat owner. Anytime cats can be really fearful or a little on the sassy side, a little opinionated, sometimes it helps if you can read their body language so that you're not going to get in a situation where she's going to be unhappy with something and try to bite or scratch or lash out. You can kind of give them their space a little bit better when you can read those body language cues. But if you are interested in little Luna, you can visit her here at Frederick County Animal Control. We are open to the public 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, and our location is 1832 Rosemont Avenue. We want to thank you for tuning in and getting to know just a few of our adoptable animals. We do take in anything that's domesticated, so we get the cats and dogs that we've shown you today. We also get rabbits, guinea pigs, birds, hamsters sometimes, turtles, fish. So if you're looking to add a new animal to your home, regardless of the species, be sure to stop in and take a look and see what we have available.